I'm Pam with PJ's Glass Creations, and today I have a Suncatcher that you can make. It's actually really easy, just uses some clear and some transparent glass. I added a little crystal on the bottom just to add some bling, and I added some wire on the top to hang it. And if you follow me, I'll tell you all about how to make it. To make this Suncatcher, you're going to need a piece of clear glass. This particular one is 4 inches by 12 inches. And then you're going to need a variety of pieces of colored glass. I chose mine all in the red or orange color range so that they would all blend together nicely, but they're still different enough that you can see a distinction between each one. And then I cut all the pieces so that they would fit onto my 4 by 12 inch piece, like that. But before we do that, we're going to need to stencil them. So I'm going to get rid of my clear piece for now. And I have a million stencils that I got for really cheap on Temu. They were like maybe $3 for a pack of 10 different ones, and I ordered a few different packs. So for really a cheap price, I got a ton of stencils. And today I'm going to be using these particular stencils. And I kind of thought they all blended together because they were kind of an organic, nature-inspired, floral. This kind of reminded me of trees. This kind of reminded me of leaves. I kind of just thought they all blended together in that way, but you can do whatever you want. And this is actually very simple. And I'm going to do it on a piece of paper so that I can recover any powder that I don't use, because as you know, glass is really valuable. And I have 3 different colors of powder that I'm using. I'm using an orange opal, a red opal, and a white opal. And the reason I'm using opal for all of these is transparent just really doesn't show up well for this method. So I'm just going to start, let's see, this is I think this is actually a red striker. So since it's going to be a dark glass, I am going to use a light powder. Oh, my stencils are stuck together. And all I'm going to do is put the stencil on, and I do have a tea strainer. You can do it with that little red cup strainer that you can get at the glass stores too. And I am going to just tap this a little bit to get a nice even coat. You don't want to put too much, but you do want to put enough that it makes it, so that it'll show, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then you carefully, this is the hard part, carefully lift up your stencil. And if you mess up, just wipe it off and start all over again. Get your excess off. Ooh, that's gonna look good. And then I spray it with hairspray, and I'm just using a very cheap pump hairspray. When using the hairspray, it's important that you start up high before you start spraying. Otherwise, you blow all of your powder off. I'm gonna get this powder out of the way. And the reason I'm spraying it with hairspray is just so that it is easy to transport to get it to the kiln. And you can see, actually, it looks like it's going away, but it's not. It's still there. And I think I'm also going to use white on this one, so I'm not going to clear off my white paper yet. And this one, I think I'm going to use this. Again, same method. Kind of reminds me of powdered sugar. And I think I'll recover some of my white. And go to a different color. Okay, I think this yellow I have to do a dark color on. So I think this one I'm going to do the red. And I think I'll do this one. And because it's not a very big piece, I think I want to do a part of it where the smaller flowers show up more. I'll do this one with red as well because it's an amber. It's not going to show up a lot if I put orange, but I don't want to do white. Let's see, I want to do maybe this one. Let's see, I haven't used, this leaf one. I think I'll do that next. And I know I told you I had orange powder out, but I'm thinking that orange is going to be too light for these. So I think I'm just going to stick with red powder and white powder for these today. And I noticed on this one, I actually didn't get that off cleanly. So you can always take a toothpick and clean it up if you want. Or you can just wipe it off and start all over again. It might have been easier. This one had quite a few places that I kind of messed up. I think it'll be okay though. Maybe just right here. Oh, definitely over here. You know what? I'm just going to start over with this one. See if I can do a better job this time. I realized what my problem is. My stencil isn't sitting flat because of the paper. I'll get another piece of paper. And my last one, this is a red striker, so we're a red yellow striker. So this one's gonna have to be white as well. I think I'm gonna do this. Ugh, I messed that one up. Nice thing is you can just do it again. The problem I'm having is that when I spray, it makes my paper warp. So I am done with the powders. So I'm going to clean this up and I will be right back. I'm back. I have my powders all cleaned up and these have had a chance to dry just a little bit. And now I need to assemble. And I want to make sure that I have my light colors separated from my dark colors. Like I don't want this yellow with the red right next to this one with the red, just so it has a little bit more variety. The other thing I want to make sure of, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, is that I do have some powder on my sides and I'm just going to wipe that off. I don't want that on there between my pieces. So I'm going to start with this yellow-red one. And I need something to hang this with. So I am going to put some hangers, and these are just little wires you can buy, but you can also use some high fire wire and you can make your own. Still getting stuff everywhere. If I can get my glue to work, I am just using Elmer's clear glue. You can use super glue. It'll be a lot faster. Just make sure it's not a gel glue. It'll leave ugly spots on your piece. And I am just sandwiching these little hooks between my glass. So I'm going to have this on top of the clear. I'm trying to get it exactly the same as the other one. This will be on top of my clear. Make sure it overhangs the top a little bit and kind of make them a little even if you can. And then I'm going to put a little glue on top of it because I'm going to put this piece right on top of that. I need to get it lined up like that. And if you need to adjust at all, now is the time to do it. I'm noticing that this hook here hangs out a little bit more than the other hook, so I'm going to move this one up a little. Okay. And then you're going to just continue gluing all of your pieces. You don't need a ton of glue, just enough to hold it till you get to the kiln. Now, since this one's red, I don't want to put this red one, but I think I do want maybe this one. I think this is an orange striker. So I have a red, then a medium amber, then an orange striker. I think I can go for the yellow now. No, I think I'm going to do the other amber. Then I'll do the yellow. And then I'll do the last red one. And in this one, I have a crystal that hangs on the bottom. So I am going to put a piece of wire for that. And that is not hanging out enough. I'm going to pull it out just a little. Also, what I'm finding is that I don't have a really good cut on this side, so it's not butting up very well. So I'm going to do a little adjusting. Just turn it around, that's better. Push this in where I want it. And then I'm just going to let it dry, and I will do a contour fuse. I do not want to do a full fuse because a lot of my powders would really disappear. But I also don't want to do just a tack fuse because I want my edges nice and soft. You can see here that my edges are soft. I do have a little bit of a groove between these, but that's fine with me. And also you'll notice on this one, I didn't put my wire hooks. The alternative is that you can drill holes like these have. That one's kind of dirty, sorry. And then I used a big jump ring here to attach my crystal. And you don't even have to put a crystal. I just think the crystal adds a lot to it. It adds some sparkle. So I'm gonna put this in the kiln, and then all I will need to do after it comes out is add my crystal and some kind of wire to hang it. I used a twisted wire on this. You can use whatever you want, and it'll be done. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you're ready to add a splash of color to your patio. Thanks for joining me. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.